이번 영상은 상단 카드에 위치한 이전 영상과 이어지는 영상입니다.
Oh God!
We get that on camera?
Did you? Oh no! What's happening is they're getting pretty uncomfortable with what they saw in terms of the shake, the wobble, and they're worried that it's gonna like break in half the whole structural component and the whole propeller is gonna come down on whoever's driving. So they're a little bit reticent to let me keep driving. So the guy who basically built it, he's gonna risk himself in the driver's seat. And then if it's not shaking itself apart, then maybe I get another shot after. So that's the word right now.
릭이 차를 직접 몰아보고 차가 많이 흔들리지 않는 걸 확인할 수 있었습니다. 그래서 대릭이 타도 안전할 것 같다고 판단했죠.
You don't think this wind is much more than...
I do. I really do. But it means that you will have nearly a guaranteed success, but you just got to manage your limit. Like, how much faster than the wind do you think you need to go?
Yeah.
You doing it?
Man, it feels like just the stakes keep getting higher. Like, they didn't want me to run it before because it was too windy, but like now it's windier, but they're comfortable with me piloting it. So I don't know what to say. This is frightening, but also I came here for this. I want to do it. Put me in, coach.
만약 차가 부서지지만 않는다면 아마도 이번에는 바람보다 더 빠르게 달릴 수도 있을 것 같습니다.
I'm getting in that vehicle and I'm headed that way. As fast as I can.
해가 지고 있고 마지막으로 도전하려 합니다. 바람보다 더 빠르게 달릴 수 있는 마지막 기회입니다.
This is the one, guys. Tracking a little left so that I can make a straight shot down at the windsock. Looks like we're coming up on wind speed here.
블랙버드가 점점 더 빨라지고 있습니다. 이제 차의 속도가 바람의 속도를 넘어가기만을 기다려보죠.
Come on. Come on, come on. Let's do this. Get up, get up. Speed up with me. Come on. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
그리고 해냈습니다. 풍향계는 오른쪽으로 휘날리고 있지만 차에 달린 실이 완벽히 거꾸로 휘날리면서 역풍이 불고 있다는 걸 보여줍니다. 실제 바람과는 반대로 말이죠. 바람보다 더 빠르게 달리고 있는 것입니다.
Slow down, Derek. Full tack, full tack.
God damn, that got my heart rate up.
Out of us, Derek.
Did that look scary? Because it didn't feel too bad.
그래서 블랙버드가 어떻게 작동하는 것일까요?
I worked on this video for weeks without really understanding how it works. So I want to share with you the way that I understand it. So if this vehicle is moving at the speed of the wind, well then there's no relative air motion over the cart. So how can it keep accelerating? If this were like a windmill that required air to flow over it in order to turn, well, then it wouldn't accelerate anymore. But that's not how this operates. This propeller operates as a fan, which means if you imagine this still air, the propeller can come down and hit some of these air molecules, pushing them backwards, and therefore get thrust.
카트 위에 선풍기를 매단 것과 같은 이치입니다. 바람이 불지 않아도 카트에 선풍기가 달려 있으면 카트는 앞으로 굴러가죠.
But that brings up this idea of it feels like we're getting energy from nowhere. Where's the energy to power the fan coming from? If it's coming from the wheels, why doesn't that slow us down more than the fan manages to blow us back? And the answer to that is that you're moving at a different speed over the ground than you're moving through the air. because you have that tailwind. So the way I like to imagine it is like this. There's air everywhere going 10 kilometers per hour down that way. Now, even if we're going 10 kilometers per hour, we can still push air backwards.
공중에서는 프로펠러와 공기 분자 간의 충돌로 인한 역풍이 생깁니다. 이로 인해 프로펠러 뒤의 공기는 다른 공기들보다 더 천천히 이동하게 되죠. 이는 프로펠러가 뒤에 있는 바람의 에너지의 일부를 가져와 차의 운동 에너지로 변환했다는 이야기입니다.
So, behind the propeller, there would be, say, 8 kilometer per hour wind, and everywhere else there would be 10 kilometer per hour wind. So the energy from this wind behind the propeller has gone into the cart, into accelerating it forwards, so it is moving forwards faster than the wind.
차가 풍속보다 더 빠르게 달리고 있을 때에도 프로펠러는 여전히 공기를 뒤로 밀 수 있습니다. 이로 인해서 프로펠러 뒤편 바람의 속도를 늦추죠.
Taking some of that wind's energy, converting it into the kinetic energy of this vehicle.
블랙버드 제작자들의 실험 결과 블랙버드는 풍속보다 2.8배 더 빠른 속도로 주행할 수 있었습니다.
So it is obvious to me from all of the demonstrations and from riding in the vehicle myself that this is physically possible.
바람의 힘으로 바람보다 더 빠르게 달리는 방법은 존재합니다. 그런데 이 영상이 틀렸다고 주장한 물리학자가 나타났습니다. 다시금 말하자면 이 차는 모터도 배터리도 다른 에너지원도 없습니다. 그리고 UCLA 물리학 교수님 한 분은 이 차는 그저 바람보다 빠른 속도를 유지했다고 말합니다.
There is a physics professor at UCLA who got in touch to say that he thought that I was wrong, that the explanation was wrong. You know, we went back and forth a little bit, and eventually I said, well, how about we bet $10,000. I can prove it to you, this vehicle really can go downwind faster than the wind. And to my surprise, he is taking me up on the bet.
Look, no one is perfect, but you have a much lower error rate than most people on YouTube, in YouTube space.
알렉스 교수는 이 내기와 관련된 모든 내용들이 공개되기를 원했습니다. 더 나아가서 이 내기의 증인을 구하고자 제안했죠. 그래서 네일 디그레이스 타이슨, 빌 나인, 그리고 샨 캐럴에게 증인을 요청했습니다.
And Alex, I just want to say, I agree with everything you said about Veritasium. That generally I can watch it and not have to wonder, is he going to mess up? How am I going to?
No, he's brilliant. No, he's brilliant.
I'm excited about this bet because if I am wrong, then I want to know. Like, the whole point of the channel is to get to the truth, and that is, I think, why we're all here today, and I think, you know, this is a great chance to sort of see.
I'm going to summarize Alex's main points in this video, but I'll put his full presentation here.
So let me first explain what I see in the video. In the video, the vehicle is operated in a gusty wind. Initially, you have the wind speed exceeding the car speed, but then the wind speed is not constant. The wind speed drops, and the car moves by inertia with deceleration for a while.
한마디로 알렉스 교수는 돌풍이 차를 세게 밀어내다가 바람이 잦아들고 차는 순간적으로 바람보다 빠르게 달리게 되었지만 감속하는 상태라 말합니다.
In fact, that will be my conclusion at the end of this presentation, that whenever you have velocity faster than the wind, I'll actually show you in an equation, the acceleration is negative. Okay? The second effect is that the wind in the video is measured at the height of about a meter or meter and a half, but the propeller goes to some 3 meters above the ground.
바람구배란 바람이 바닷가의 마찰에 의해 지면과 가까울수록 느리고 위에서는 빨라지는 현상입니다. 알렉스 교수는 프로펠러 쪽의 풍속이 10에서 15% 정도 더 빨랐을 것이라 추정했습니다. 따라서 낮은 곳에서 측정된 결과 차가 바람보다 빨리 달리는 것처럼 보일 수 있지만 사실 프로펠러가 있는 곳에서는 바람이 더 빨랐다는 것입니다.
Now, I think that this is a small effect. However, in combination with the previous effect, it just can make this more frequent. Okay, and that completes.
Alex, if I remember the video correctly, Derek reports that they've achieved up to 2.8 times wind speed. That feels much higher than what is possible here, unless the wind had picked up and then spontaneously sort of dropped.
Very, very good question. Okay, if you're going for the record, you probably will do many attempts. You will be sampling that that gusty wind over and over and over until you set the record, right? That's how you set the record. And on one of those occasions, you will get a nice strong gust, which is 3 times the ebb that comes after it, okay? And that's when you will clock the record, and that's where that 2.8 factor will come in.
런닝머신 실험은 어떨까요? 이 실험은 정지된 공기에서 이루어집니다. 지면이 뒤로 움직이면 완벽하게 안정된 바람을 시뮬레이션 할 수 있습니다. 런닝머신 위에서 차를 고정시키면 정확한 풍속으로 달리는 것과 같은 실험입니다. 이때 차가 앞으로 나아갈 수 있다면 바람보다 빠르게 달릴 수 있음을 보이는 것입니다. 하지만 알렉스 교수는 이 실험이 정확하지 않았던 이유를 이렇게 설명했습니다.
If you have this fluctuating speed of the treadmill, and then if a human just sort of steers it, it then can introduce unconsciously a bias towards the desired result.
So would it may be that the guy with the spork is inducing the model craft to go across the wind now and then?
So
And as you pointed out, Alex, it's going downhill now and then.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure that the guy in the video doesn't do it on purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
However, if he is expecting forward drift.
Yeah. Oh, it's classic.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what exactly. Okay, so you got it.
설득력 있는 실험적 증거가 없는 상황에서 알렉스 교수는 이론적 분석을 했습니다. MIT 교수 마크 드렐라의 공식을 사용했죠. 여기에서 문제를 발견했습니다. 힘에 대한 방정식의 분모에 자동차와 바람의 속도 차이가 들어가 있다는 거죠. 이는 만약 풍속과 동일한 속도로 차가 달린다면 무한한 힘이 필요하다는 것을 뜻합니다.
Now here's the real danger. Because if Derek drives very close to the wind, that difference in speed goes to zero. If it's 1/1,000,000th of a 1%, that's like a nuclear bomb exploding behind him. Then Derek is definitely in trouble, right? So we need to find something to save Derek's life here. This is serious, right?
But dividing by zero, come on, you guys. I never looked at that.
알렉스 교수는 공식을 자체적으로 분석해 보았지만 문제는 없다 말했습니다. 그리고 차가 풍속 이상으로 가속할 방법이 없다고 결론 내렸죠.
The acceleration of this craft is negative. So when so it's possible to move the craft faster than the wind, but it's not possible to move it at zero acceleration, which would be needed to maintain constant speed.
이제 저희 차례입니다.
I get it right.
Okay. Thank you, Neil. Thank you very much.
Guys. Thanks, Neil.
바람보다 빠르게 달릴 수 있다는 사실을 증명해야만 합니다. 어떻게 이를 증명할 수 있을까요? 사실이 바뀌는 할까요? 이와 관련된 이야기를 보고 싶으시다면 다음 영상을 기대해 주세요.